What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Unmasked Podcast.
What do you recommend them do or not do as far as like coming out of high school and pursuing a career someday? Normally I have notes, but I feel like today's more like a reunion than an interview. Man, I don't really need notes for this.
Sorry, did you just tell me you're unprepared?
No, actually I'm not, because you post nothing ever. So there's really nothing to go off of except for obviously your shows, and obviously I know of your baby, but that's literally it.
Yeah.
So thanks for making my fucking job tough. Yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Unmasked Podcast. Today I have a guy that I haven't seen in maybe 15 years. No, 14 years, just about. And it's more like I was telling him, it's more like a reunion than an interview, because I really want to know what he's been up to. Obviously, we can see what he's been up to. Motherfucker's huge. From what I remember, a little backstory, he used to be not scrawny, but definitely small. Would play basketball more than anything. So introduce yourself, man, please, to the people.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm sure a lot of people that are going to watch this probably are going to know me. If they follow Bernie, they're all friends of Bernie. So yeah, Andy. So I went to Arvin with Bernie. Like you said, yeah, most of the thing I ever did was play basketball. I was in the drumline, some people remember that. But basketball was my thing, since before high school. But yeah, that was a big thing. I wouldn't say I was scrawny. People thought I was fat, but I think towards senior year, yeah, that's when I got pretty
lean.
Yeah, pretty down in weight. But finally, because after playing basketball too, being short and a little heavier, especially for the position that I played. I was a guard.
Yeah.
Shooting guard, point guard. So being 5'7", 180 pounds, was it? But
it was the business.
Yeah. But yeah. I mean, that's it. I mean, as far as from school, but, what I've been up to lately, not a lot.
You're so modest.
Not a lot.
You're so modest.
Just like you said, kind of with my daughter. That's mainly what it's all about. Especially since she's been birthed in 3 years. But yeah, I mean, just work. My daughter, my wife Haley, and this little hobby that I picked up, bodybuilding. Definitely not easy.
How long have you been doing this hobby, though? That's what I want to know.
I actually, after high school, I tried to keep playing basketball for a little while, which, it was cool. But once you're out of school, you're not, not being competitive. You're not joining any rec teams or anything like that. It's kind of, you're just playing at the gym or at the park, so there's not really much to it. So that kind of just went away, and I was going to the gym with my brother. My brother's the one that started taking me to the gym. Just slowly, you see all the big guys at the gym, and the ego about me, always kicks in. No matter what I do, sports or whatever, it's that ego that always kind of that competitive ego that I get.
Yeah,
probably not healthy, but
it's better than other things out there.
Because a lot of people that get into whatever they get into, I want to be the best, or it's me versus me. I want to be the best me. For me, it's not like that, unfortunately. I wish part of me was, I don't care what anybody does, or I want to be as good as I can be. But it's that ego always kicks in, But I think it's okay. Hasn't done me wrong lately, but that's what it was. That's what kind of got me started. I see those guys at the gym, they're much bigger than I was.
Yeah.
But I thought, let me get into this, and then just slowly, you start reading some of the magazines. Even back then,
Oh yeah.
I mean, social media wasn't a big thing back then, so you're still magazines and stuff like that. Still looking at who is in bodybuilding. When you talk about bodybuilding, you talk about the Mr. Olympia, stuff like that. So you start seeing those massive guys, like a Jay Cutler or Phil Heath, people like that. You look at those people and at first you think that's way too much. But then you start doing it, you start getting a little vein here and there. It's like, oh man, I like this. And then next thing you know, I want to be like that.
Yeah.
Not everybody, obviously, That's definitely an extreme, both, physically, mentally, definitely mentally.
Yeah.
Because to be able to do that, it's not easy. On paper, it's very easy to get into that. You think, I got to eat, 5 times a day. I got to train once or twice a day, depends on what you're doing. So on paper, you put that on paper, okay, this is simple, easy. But day 2, day 3, week 2, you're, 3 months in. It depends on what you're doing. You're dieting. You're trying to put out some size. Whatever it is, it's not a do it Monday through Friday and off on the weekend. If you're into what I'm doing in bodybuilding, it's 24/7.
Yeah.
So again, on paper, it's very easy, but applying it day in, day out, that's when it gets to be, okay, are you really trying to do this, or are you just kind of, you're just dipping your toes? So
I feel like it gets really difficult, especially being around family and parties and people eating whatever the hell they want all the time. So you got to be on a strict diet.
Yeah. So
do you give yourself those days where you're like, okay, maybe this day I can cut back a little bit, maybe, cut corners a little bit, or like, are you to the T all the time?
In the past, yeah. But now, we're not getting any younger. So whatever I'm doing now is like, I need to either do it all the way and see what I can do, or kind of, don't even try, because again, this is, it's a very extreme thing to do, mentally, physically, especially physically. But to what you're saying, in the past, yeah, I was like, oh, it's fine, it's not a big deal. But I was younger, because I started doing this, like, again, out of high school. I was maybe 18, 19, when I really started to thinking, okay, I want to be a bodybuilder. Not really knowing what that means.
Yeah.
Missing, events. Not even missing the events, but missing what you do at the events, which is a lot of the, when you get with family, it's food is the main thing. You know what I mean? It's like, well, what are we eating for whatever, birthday, Christmas, Thanksgiving, whatever it is. It's food. That's like the main, one of the main things you do is sitting around eating, enjoying food, and So yeah, not knowing really what you're getting yourself into. Talking about myself, I just thought, I want to do this, So and I did. I'd miss things here and there, but for the most part, I'm like, it's fine. It's not a big deal. I'll eat, the cheesecake or whatever it is. Not a big deal. Which back then, when you're younger, you can definitely get away with things like that. You know what I mean? Not being 100% because internally, your digestive system, everything is. You can take a lot, as opposed to being, in your 30s or a little older. You can't get away with things like that. If, like, after my show, I remember I had the morning after, I had waffles. I had waffles with like berries and whatever. Man, that jacked me up for a week. It was crazy because obviously my body wasn't used to that at all. But again, I'm a little older. Maybe back then, even just a couple years ago, no big deal. But this time around, yeah, even just something like that just jacked me up for literally a week.
Jeez.
Bad. But yeah, it's nowadays, like, especially these last couple of years, I've been a lot more. Again, if I'm gonna do it, I want to give it what I can and go all the way. So that does mean I don't get to eat. I take your food everywhere. Whatever, however many meals a day you have, you take them with you. You know what I mean? So at events, everybody's eating their food. I got my little, my meal prep.
Yeah.
Which, luckily for me, I have a wife that's really supportive. Yep. Which, this is something that everybody can do on their own. Of course, it's so much harder. But if you have somebody that kind of understands and they support you, not only just emotionally, but definitely with the cooking. Because it's a lot. Like, again, I eat 6 times a day, so that's a lot of food.
Oh my God, that's gonna be my next question.
That's a lot of food. So if I got to go to work, I got to go train. I still got to come home and cook on my food. Again, doable. Anybody can do that. It's just a lot harder. Yeah. It just gets, again, week 2, week 3, it piles on.
What kind of if you can give me maybe going up to a show kind of thing, what do you eat in a day? Coming up to a show and then post show now.
So what you want to do really, you want to keep everything as simple as possible, as basic as you can, because the more variety of food you have, the more opportunity there is for something to go wrong. So you want to keep everything super basic, everything pretty much the same, all the same foods. So going up, pre-contest, into a show, it's the same foods. All that really changes is the amounts. You know what I mean? So say you're like, I'm in the off season now. My food is maybe up to around 4,000 to 4,500 calories a day. Depends on what the day it is. So we're talking, 250 protein, 600, 700 grams of carbs, 40 grams of fat. We're talking about 4,000 to 4,500 calories, which is a lot of food, even for me now. Back, during the show when I'm starving myself, I'm thinking, God, I can't wait for, to be able to eat. Yeah. But now on the other side of that, I'm like, God, I'm full. I don't want to eat this much. You know what I mean? But so that, the only things that really change leading up to a show is the quantities of food. Because if you're changing a lot of, meats and that's the thing too, you got to figure out what works for you. Because what works for me might not work for you, right, as far as, what kind of protein. Chicken might hurt your stomach or beef might upset your stomach. You got to find those foods that, okay, this works, this does the job, this is what I'm going to do. All that's going to change is the amounts that I'm using, Of course, once you, at the beginning of the prep, you have quite a bit more food. But once you get into, 10, 8, 6, 4 weeks from the show, your food is very low. Unless you're one of those lucky guys that has a super fast metabolism and can diet on a lot of food. You see those people that eat pizza or whatever and they got abs.
I hate them.
They don't even have to do anything.
I hate them.
They just wake up the next morning and they're lean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's those people. So I'm not one of them. So I had to really push this lap for this prep.
How'd it go? How was your show?
I went in there without the expectation of I'm going in there, without the expectation of I'm going in there to win. It was my first show. I coached myself, which that in itself is totally different experience than being coached, because every decision is on you. So, and of course, we're always super critical of ourselves already, but when you're in that, you're starving yourself. You're not thinking straight. It's harder to make those decisions, and then you always want to push harder, and then sometimes, a lot of times, which in fact this time it bit me in the ass. I'm thinking I'm doing good. Let me do even better. Let me push a little harder. That, doing something like that can throw you back 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Because and that's not a call that if somebody's watching over you, they wouldn't make that call. Because
you're talking like in regards to injuries and stuff.
No.
Or what do you mean?
In regards to progress.
Okay.
Okay. So if you're trying to lose a pound a week, pound and a half, or whatever it is, you're on that trajectory and doing well, but you're thinking, okay, I want to lose it even more. You'll cut food a little faster, you up your cardio, and that your body can't handle that sometimes.
Right.
Fight back. You start holding water, you start getting a little weight back on because your body's stressed, because you're pushing hard. And you think, oh, I got to push harder. But sometimes,
oh wow, I didn't even think about that. That's crazy.
When you're that depleted, your body's that low in like body fat and little things like that you can see them a lot more. You can see your body holding water. You can see a little bit of, like in your lower back, you'll see, it's a little jiggly. You're super lean, but there's water back there. There's the little things that you can see when you're in that kind of shape. And when you make those decisions of I want to push harder, and your body's not, because you already beat yourself up. Say you're doing an hour of cardio, in the morning. You still have to do your training session in the evening and another 20, 30 minutes of cardio after that. Your body is super stressed out. And if you want to, restrict it to some more food because you want to push harder, because you think, okay, mentally you can take it, but physically you can't. So
there's a whole science behind it.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's a lot that goes into this.
Not to sound like I'm probably sound really dumb, but I didn't think it went that in depth. I knew about the whole calories and doing stuff like that, but damn, that weight cutting like that is insane.
So I believe anybody can make a meal plan. Anybody can put a plan together.
Yeah.
Where a coach comes in, it really matters is in the push and pull. When to add, when to cut, when to, increase the cardio, when to make those decisions. That's where a good coach, not just a coach, but a good coach, comes into play because they know what to do. They've been, not only been in those situations themselves, but done it with different athletes in the past. So they kind of know, okay, when this is happening, it's because of this and this and that. I need to do this. You know what I mean? That's where a good coach comes in because they know what to do. Or not even if they know exactly what to do, because every situation might be different. They know, okay, I'm gonna follow these steps of what I know works, and see, okay, if at step 2 it fixes the problem, or okay, we're gonna go to step 3. There's you don't ever want to do too many things at once because you don't know what does what.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't ever want to cut food, add cardio, and then add a supplement or add something at the same time because it's like, well, what caused the change to happen?
Right.
You don't really know. You know what I mean? The same thing with fixing something. You don't want to throw too many variables at the situation, hoping one of them will stick. But if it does, you don't know what what really helped or what didn't help. So again, that's where a good coach comes into play. They know, those situations, or are familiar with the situation, to where they know, okay, I need to give him a break. I need to tell him no cardio for 2-3 days. Eat more food. Counterintuitive. You think, oh, I'm not supposed to do that. But a coach knows, okay, his body's tired. He needs to relax. He's super stressed. Cortisol's up. So that's what's causing the weight gain, the water retention. So we know, okay, we need to, this is something that I'm going through now with one of my clients that's getting ready for a show. She's 6 weeks out now.
The clients that you've been posting recently?
Okay. Yeah. So he's going through that exact thing where his weight is just holding steady. It's not going down. So obviously it went up because he was down at 177. Now he's at 180. So that's, again, stress, physical stress. The body just starts to hold water. It starts to, all that stuff. So we gave him a break, no cardio. That didn't help the situation. Okay, let's add more food now. Okay, that didn't help the situation. Okay, let's keep no cardio, more food, no training, and do that. Again, you don't want to do too many things at once because you don't know what is going to fix the situation. And you don't want to, again, we want to do just enough.
Okay, so my question to you, as a coach, is it intuition because you've been in those situations where you're like, this is what your body's missing, or is it what signs do you look for?
See,
and that's that's interesting. Like, what do you look for as a coach?
That's one of the cool things, because when you see it, in action, you know, okay, I need to do this because this is what's going to happen. And when it actually happens, you're like, yeah, I knew that was going to happen. It is intuition, part of it, and experience. You know what I mean? And of course, you have to do your research. You have to see. Take examples from other people. You know what I mean? Because I definitely don't know a lot compared to a lot of coaches.
You're young in the game, so.
But I still know what I'm doing.
Right.
But there's always so much people better than me. Because there's people that have been doing this a lot longer than I have. And I've had a couple coaches throughout this time that I've been trying to bodybuild. And I never saw it through to the end with those coaches. Because it was always something came up, But I think at the end of the day, it was myself that probably picked excuses to get myself out of those shows. And it's funny now because even Haley, because she told me this last time, you're not dropping out of this fucking show. You got to do it because
How many shows have you dropped out of?
Probably 3.
Okay, so. Let me ask you this. So right out of high school, I vividly remember you posting religiously about you lifting and lifting and lifting. And then I know there was some time where you kind of disappeared or moved away from social media for a little bit. And then you came back and now you're starting, or maybe, I don't know, or maybe you just weren't posting. But regardless, you came back and then now you're lifting and you're bodybuilding again. Like, what kind of transitioning have you done to get you to this point where you're at now?
So when I kind of went away was in 2017 when I got married.
Okay.
Because that's when you're out of your parents' house, you're on your own.
Yeah.
You get married, you gotta grow up.
Yeah.
And this sport of bodybuilding, it's It's expensive.
Expensive.
Very expensive. So I was already working, of course, but I have to get a real job. So I was a truck driver. I started being a truck driver, and trying to do this while being a truck driver is very hard.
Oh, bro.
Very hard.
Bro.
And then at that time, I was really burnt out too. Because I was prepping for a show while I was getting, when I was going to get married. The show was like 4 weeks after the wedding. Terrible.
Bro,
Mistake.
Planning a wedding is stressful as hell enough.
Well, I mean, I didn't have to do much of the planning.
Oh,
so
come on,
luckily
guy.
for
We
me,
have to. It's still stressful for
luckily
us,
for
bro.
me. But yeah, I was getting ready for a show, and it was supposed to be about 4 weeks after that wedding.
Yeah.
And of course, I took that excuse of,
We're getting married.
We're getting married. I'm tired. I was just worn. I wasn't even, when I would go to the gym, I wouldn't even enjoy it at all. I would dread having to go train every day.
Damn.
It got to be that bad because I was starting myself. I was tired from work. I was working at Halliburton at the time, in the oil fields. So you're talking about 12 hour days to sometimes 20-hour days or whatever it was. Eating tuna because in the oil fields you don't have access to a microwave or access to much. So I remember it was tuna and cut up apples. That was my food. That and protein shakes. So doing that, being in the sun all day, going home, going to train, it was not fun. So once we got married, I ended up leaving the oil fields. I went to a different job, going over the road, and that's when I said, okay, I can't do this. So that's when I decided, I'm not going to do the show. But it went from not doing the show to just not even working out anymore.
Yeah.
I stopped completely. And a lot of people know when you stop working out, it doesn't take 3 months, 4 months. You can lose everything you had within a week. So going completely off routine, no food schedule, no training schedule, my body, it was like I had never worked out in my life.
Did you feel free? Be honest. Be honest.
It's one of those things yes and no. Because for so long, for so many years, you have this, this idea of yourself, this image of yourself. And then to lose it, but not because it got taken away from you. You gave that up.
Right.
That's what was hard. Mentally, like not having to worry about, I got to eat in 2 hours. I got to train at this time. That was cool. I was tired of that. But then once you look at yourself in the mirror every day, you're like, oh, fuck, I don't like that. But it wasn't enough to drive me to get back in the gym. So again, being in the truck for hours, coming home, you just want to eat with your family. You go get pizza or whatever. That's what I did.
Be normal.
Be normal, I guess. Yeah, I guess. So for 6 years, and then off and on, I tried getting back in. I'd get into it maybe a month at a time sometimes.
Yeah.
Fell right back off. But it was interesting, though, because once I tried to get back into it, but prior, I never got hurt. Never got hurt. When I tried to get back into it, that's when the injuries started to happen.
What kind of injuries did you have?
The main one that even to this day is my lower back, my sciatica. Really, this one time, just from not even lifting weights, I was in the gym. I moved a certain way. My back was gone.
Tweaked.
Gone. And it was one of those things where you just have to stop, take a breath, and oh shit, it's not going away. So I went home. Luckily, I lived right down the street. I was living in Oildale at the time, some apartments with Haley. I left the gym. I went home. Immediately had to lay on my back on the floor, and from there it just got worse and worse. You start to spasm. It got bad. So I was off of work for a little while. But yeah, I threw on my back, and from then on, even to now, any little thing could flare it up. Like even now, it's getting better. But luckily during the show, it was gone. I was good.
Oh, good,
So
good.
But there's just certain things that training wise I can't do, like squat. I can't back squat. I can't put a bar on my neck and squat because it just compresses my back too much. So there's different. So obviously, with working out, there's many different variations of movements you can do to work around injuries. So luckily, there's obviously stuff that I can do to work around it. But those injuries are there. So again, once I started trying to come back, that's where the injuries happened, and it was like, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. There goes another year, another 2 years. Okay, let me try again. And the motivation is just not there. And that's the thing about motivation. You'll have motivation for 5 minutes. You'll be fired up. You're ready to go. Your shoes are on. You're ready to go. I don't know that I want to go anymore because it's gone.
Yeah.
1 minute it's here. Next thing's gone. So you can't rely on pure motivation to try to do something. You got to make yourself, whether it doesn't have to be working out. It just has to be whatever it is, Is you can't rely on motivation, which sucks because you wish you could.
Yeah.
You wish there was a pill you can take and it's motivation. You take it 3 times a day. You got motivation all day. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, not yet. They haven't come up with something like that. I'm sure I wouldn't be surprised if there's something like that.
Well, hopefully soon, man. Hopefully you'll be the person behind the idea.
So you gotta just rely on just fucking doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Doing whatever little tricks. I remember having to get home from work and make myself take a pre-workout so that I'd get itchy and I can't sit down. Now I have to go. There's little things like that I started to do to make myself go.
Yeah.
Which, thinking about it now is like, it's crazy that I had to do that just to get myself in the gym. Whereas now, like, every day I'm ready to train. It's like, okay.
Do you think it's because you finally finished that show?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it's just, you start to understand, especially as you get older, this is not just something that I'm doing right now. This is something that I want, not necessarily getting on stage, but the lifestyle. This is a lifestyle, and that's the thing people need to understand.
Yeah.
It's not a Monday through Friday kind of thing or 3 days a week. It can be, but don't expect to get much out of that.
Right.
Because really, you literally get what you put into that. So, again, for me, no, it's just the life that I live now, and so I can't see myself not eating the way I may. Again, amounts are going to change. I'm not going to have to eat as much food, later on. But for now, like, this is what I'm going to do, till I can't no more.
Right.
Because this is just a lifestyle. This is what I do. It's not a 3-month plan that I'm doing.
Good.
There's one show that I'm doing and I'm done. No, it just so I I have a daughter. She's 3 years old, which is actually one of the reasons why I was able to keep going to the gym. Because when Haley was pregnant, I was truck driving. I actually had my own company for a couple of years.
Mm.
And as we were getting to that point of, okay, she's almost due. I'm struggling here with this company because, man, when I started doing it, money was great. You're talking about $6,000-$7,000 from a load going from California to Texas, whereas later on it was the same load for $3,000, less than half. So it got to be where, I can keep this business going. It's going to take a lot for me to do it, and I'm going to have to be gone a lot. Now, do I want to do that while my daughter is being born, or while I have a newborn at home? No, that was an easy decision for me. So that was one of the reasons why I shut that business down. But also knowing that I was going to have a baby was one of the reasons why I need to get back into being healthy, getting in shape. I don't want to be I don't want to not be able to play with my daughter. It's one of those things. So that was definitely one of the motivating factors for me. And that motivation doesn't go away.
No.
Because it's my daughter,
Yeah.
That's there. Yeah. So that was one of the reasons why I was able to keep going. You know what I mean? So now, obviously she's 3 years old now. And it's funny because I'll walk out of the door and she'll tell me, don't get hurt, Daddy. Because her mom tells her, wish him luck. She tells me, don't get hurt, Daddy. So it's funny, And
kids are so blunt, bro. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then she's always she poses because she'll see me pose and stuff, so she'll do it herself too. It's funny, But yeah, so again, now that sort of motivation is there.
That's super.
There's my pill 3 times a day. Is my
daughter. That's your pill right there.
There it is. But again, that was one of the reasons why I was able to not only start but keep going.
Yeah.
It's because I didn't want to. I remember this one time I was sitting in my truck, just waiting. I was on my phone. I was looking down. At this point, I'm 250 pounds. I remember I was on my phone. I was looking down. All of a sudden, I gasped for air. And that's because I'm so fat that I'm looking down. I'm kind of cutting circulation to my brain because, my neck. And that was one of the things that oh, shit. Am I literally this fat that I almost choked myself out from, just looking down on my phone? That was a wake-up call, too.
Yeah.
To
I had those, bro. I had those because previous to now to when I first started again after quitting so many times, I was at 330, bro. Now I'm down to 268.
Yeah.
And I'm going. I'm buying things here and there little by little, but same thing. Once my daughter was born, I was like, I can't be that. Like I look back when she was born and I remember how big I see how big I was. I'm just like, ain't no way, bro. And it's funny because my coworker, my homie Gio, who also he works out a lot, but he did a bodybuilding show previously, and he would always tell me, "Lock in, bro. Lock in, bro. Lock in, bro." I'm like, "I'm locked in, bro." And but like even when I started, so now I'm just like, I needed to make that change, and that was a change. You know what I mean? So I feel you on that. Obviously, you look amazing, but we're all gonna get there.
And it's hard too because once you start making progress and something happens and you fall off, starting over is so hard. It's so hard to the point where you're like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate because if you really want to do it, you just have to do it. Again, you got to find the little things that you can.
Yeah.
To help you.
And I agree on that now too. Everybody else that complains about, oh, there's not enough time. There's more than enough time. Yeah. There's more than enough. I get home, kick it with the kid for 2 hours, 3 hours. She goes to sleep, and then I work out. Yeah. So there's always time. And then my brother's one of the main reasons too. I mean, that man works 2 jobs, fights, amateur fights, and finds time for everything. So I'm like, there's more than enough time in the day, and that's not an excuse anymore.
Yeah, especially now is like, you work full time. You gotta go because going to the gym is, it can be a thing that you do for an hour to 2 hours. It just depends,
Exactly.
So and then you gotta think, well, I also have to sleep. Okay, you gotta prioritize. I need to be able to do all these things, but I need to prioritize your family. Yeah. So what do? Okay, well, I need to get up a little earlier then.
Yep.
You gotta sacrifice, your time for yourself to not get in the way of your family stuff. Right. So again, getting up 2 hours earlier to do whatever you have to do. So that way you still get home at the same time. You still get to spend those 2-3 hours with your family. Mm-hmm. Okay, now I got my allotted time to go to the gym. I go do that. I come back and I have another 2-3 hours with my family.
Right.
As opposed to still sleeping in and then, kind of now only get an hour after work with my daughter and an hour after the gym with my daughter. So it's those things. So yeah, there's plenty of time in the day.
There really is.
You gotta make sure, and that's what. It doesn't have to be bodybuilding. It just has to be the lifestyle. Being healthy. Yeah, that helps you.
Being healthy
helps you structure yourself. To where you can set those times. Those time slots for, and it gets to be pretty robotic sometimes. But it is what it is.
It's better to be robotic, and have it be boring now and tough now than when we're 40, 50 years old and we're struggling to take a breath, struggling to tie our shoes and shit like that.
It was funny at the gym the other day. My buddy was like, because there's this older guy. He's probably mid-40s, early 50s, super great shape. He goes, man, imagine how hard it is to do it at that age. And I said, fuck, dude, it's hard to do it right now. I'm 31 and I feel like it's hard right now. So I can only imagine, 10 years from now, 15 years from now. But again, that's why, making this the lifestyle sets you up to that where when you're older, your knees aren't killing you, your back isn't as bad, or internally, your liver, your kidneys, you're okay.
Good.
You know what I mean?
That's an important thing. That's the thing as 20-year-olds we lose sight of.
Yeah, and again, that's why years ago having that food wouldn't jack me up like it does now.
Yeah, like you said.
I mean? And then who knows? 2 years from now, something that I'm already eating now might not work for me. and that's the thing. Again, with coaching, no two people are the same.
Right.
Everybody's different. You can have a set of twin brothers, sisters, whatever, and the diet, the same diet won't work for both of them. You know what I mean? Everybody's different, and your bodies change all the time. You know, say next year you put on 10 pounds of muscle. What worked to get you in shape the year prior is not going to work now because now you're a bigger person. You have more muscle. It's a different, you know, there's different things that are going to go into that to get you in shape.
Yeah.
Now you need more food. You need more whatever.
Yeah.
Same thing internally. Right now you're okay. 2 years from now, something might change where your digestion isn't as great. Okay, what do you do to fix that? Whereas back then, you don't need any extra supplements to help you with digestion or whatever to keep your liver enzymes in check. Things change just with age. You know what I mean? So that's one of the other things that, any client that I work with, one of the first things I have them do is get blood work done so I can see, where everything's at, your cholesterol, your liver, your kidney, your thyroid, things like that. Because if you don't see that and you try to do something to get in shape and it's not working, it's not because of lack of trying sometimes. It's just internally, hormonally, something's off to where, it's not as easy for you to lose the weight or something's just, out of whack. So knowing and seeing that stuff firsthand, before starting really helps to set up a plan for that individual. And again, any coach can make you a plan.
Yeah, right. Shit, ChatGPT can do it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. And I find myself too sometimes, especially when I was doing the show and again coaching myself, and I'm second guessing myself. I'll ask it a question, and it'll answer. But sometimes it gives you the wrong answer. You'll correct it. He goes, "Oh yeah, you're right. This is, I meant to say that or whatever." So even ChatGPT sometimes doesn't get it right.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just an idiot, so I'll be like, "Oh yeah, you're right. Everything you're saying is right." Honestly. So now you say you're in the off season.
Yeah.
When do you begin a season? How often are the shows? Or yeah, how often are the shows?
So literally, there could be a show every weekend. Jeez. Every weekend, just depends on where you want to go. There's shows here. There's shows on the East Coast, everywhere.
Yeah.
It just depends on what show you want to do. So when it comes to doing this, but doing this correctly, you can think, I gotta do a show next year. So what does that mean? You break down how many weeks till that show. Mm-hmm. You'll spend, say, for example, once I finished the show, I spent 5 to 6 weeks in what we call a health phase. I come off all the supplements. I make sure that everything's healthy, internally, physically, externally, everything. Make sure I'm healthy, so that I can then start the off season. Because you can't go into an off season or growth phase or whatever you want to call it if your body's not primed to do that. Because I dieted for this show for 6 months, 6-7 months, which is a long time.
Yeah,
a very long time. So all that stress, internally, if I were to just go into an off season and just keep going, I would have, you'll drive yourself you can kill yourself sometimes. It just depends. So you got to break things down. Like I said, a year, you can think about a year, just, or next year, whatever. But you got to break things down to, okay, I'm spending this much time in a health phase, 5-6 weeks. Okay, after that, I'm doing, say, 20 weeks of this growth phase. So you start to break things down to where next year is not really, it's not a year. There's sections in that year that you have to hit to keep yourself in check and to make sure you're ready for that. So you'll do, say I did the 5 weeks of the health phase, 20 to 24 weeks of push phase, and then another 4 weeks, 6 weeks to maintain, say I got myself up to 220 pounds. I want to hold that for about at least 4 weeks so that my body is actually used to that weight before I start to even diet down.
What weight class were you in?
I was in the light heavyweights. So my weight class was from 176 to 198. That's a very wide gap.
Yeah, it's huge.
So the guys that I competed against, they were 198. They were at the cap.
Yeah.
So they had to cut down to get into that weight class. At the end of the weight class, and I weighed in. So 2 days prior to the show, so you check in on Fridays. The show's on Saturday. The lightest that I got was 176. I weighed in, so that was on Monday. On Friday, I weighed in at 186. That was after 3 days of starting to carb up a little bit, bring my body back from the dead, pretty much.
Yeah.
Because you'll deplete your body of carbs, of glucose and all that to really get down in body weight. So once I checked in at the show and I weighed in, I was 186. Those guys were at 198 of the weight cap. So when I saw that, I was like, fuck, there's no way I can really compete with these guys. So again, that's why I didn't go into the show thinking I'm gonna win this show. I just went in there thinking, okay, this is my first show. I'm just gonna do it. I'm okay with how I look. And then next year, that's when I'm gonna really, put in that effort because this is my first real off season. Mm-hmm. Like, not fucking around. I haven't had a burger since, 12 weeks out from that show. I had my last In-N-Out burger. So this was back in February?
Yeah.
So since February, I have not had In-N-Out. I haven't had a burger. I finally had a pizza for Presley's birthday last week. And I had pizza, even further, out from February. But again, pizza is my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
For me not to have eaten that right after the show is because, again, I wanted to make sure I don't fuck up.
Right.
I really want to do this, and I don't have a lot of time to do it.
Right.
Because this is very hard on your body.
Yeah.
Very hard. So I don't want to mess around. I don't want to waste time. I want to make sure I check every box every day. Some days I can be honest. I'll probably miss 2,000 steps. If I'm supposed to get 10,000, I'll probably get 8,000 sometimes. Just depends. But and I can admit that. But as far as staying on track with my food and everything, I have not missed. And that's because I want to make sure that, again, next year, I want to go back to that same show and not lose it.
What do you feel you were lacking this show though?
See,
personally,
the thing is, I definitely think I could have been more conditioned, so in better shape. A little less body fat. But once I got
body fat,
I didn't check the level. But I have striations on my glutes and stuff, which is you have to be pretty low in body fat to have lines across your glutes. Those are striations.
Were you like under 3%, under 5%?
No. I was maybe 6.
Damn, that's still. I mean, obviously you want to be better, but that's
So
still.
But what was funny again, I didn't go in there thinking I was going to win, especially after I seen those guys weighing in, thinking, oh, they're much bigger than me. And just looking at them standing next to them, they're bigger than me. But what was interesting about bodybuilding is, guys can be big, but when you're on stage, this is the bodybuilding part.
Yeah.
You go on stage and you present
your
physique. Even if somebody's bigger than you, it doesn't mean that they're put together well.
Right.
They might have the biggest legs, but no arms. They might have the biggest arms, but no chest. It just, again, bodybuilding is you literally have to sculpt your body to be symmetrical and to look good. So even those big guys on stage outweighed me by 10 plus pounds. You couldn't see that on stage. If anything, on stage I looked bigger than them because the way I presented my body, so the way I posed was much better than they did. And again, it's just the way you're shaped. So they had bigger arms than me, but the shape is different.
Right.
They might have bigger legs than me, but the shape is different. So it gives that illusion. That bodybuilding is all about illusions too. Right. You know what I mean? Having your body a certain way, your legs a certain way, to present that illusion of being bigger than it is or whatever, So it's about illusions, And
really dumbass question. really dumbass question. I heard on a podcast a while back that a lot of bodybuilders don't get tattoos because it takes away the definition in their body. Is that true?
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, you see, I have a whole sleeve of my
The whole
arm.
sleeve. So that's why I asked, because I forget his name, but the guy that's won 4 times back to what's his name? The one that everybody wants to be like.
C-bum.
Yes. So he has a forearm tattoo, but not a full sleeve.
Yeah.
Is that why people don't really get tattoos in the bodybuilding industry?
It definitely takes away. And when I got these, I definitely didn't think I was ever gonna get on stage.
Right.
I literally thought about that when I was thinking about getting it. It's like, I'm never gonna do that anyway. I'm just gonna do it. Sure enough, years later,
You're doing it.
I am. But luckily for me, I guess I don't think on my arm it really takes away from much. If you got a big old back piece, that's different. That's different. You know, big old tattoo on your chest. That's different.
Yeah.
But my left arm, I think I'm fine.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
that dumbass of a question.
Yeah, like there's people that had just they lived lives prior to getting into bodybuilding.
Right.
And they're completely full of tattoos, and it definitely does take away from a judge will see that, and you can't see a lot of definition because it's really dark or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it definitely, if I could go back now, I probably wouldn't do a whole sleeve. You know what I mean? But again, I didn't think I was going to do it.
Right.
I never thought I'd be back here, doing what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
But it just so happened that I am.
I just had to ask him, man. It was lingering in my head. I'm like, gotta ask that.
Yeah, and again, that ego of me. Once I started getting back into it, it wasn't just I just want to get in shape. I need to. You see all those guys that are competing, especially the guys that I was, when I was doing it before stopping in 2017. That are my age that are competing, like a Nacho. I don't know if you know Nacho.
Yeah.
Like him. We kind of came up together.
He's huge.
Doing it massive. Super cool. Because and that's one of those things. Again, that ego of me. When I got back into it, and I see him, thinking I was right there with him years ago, and now he's here and I'm here. So again, it wasn't. I didn't beat myself up for it, but it's that ego that got me. I'm gonna get him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get back up there. So.
And sometimes that's the motivation we need.
Yeah, it's that competitive edge that again, it's not the healthiest thing to have.
No, that's not.
You know what I mean?
Because you beat yourself up a lot.
But again, it's not that it's me versus me thing. It's just that part of me that always comes out. Like I said, and no hate towards any of those guys.
No.
Which I like it. Like even now, I'm hoping. I don't know that it'll ever happen, but someone like him. I know he's prepping for a show now. I'd love to get on a stage with him, just to.
Are you guys in the same weight class?
God, no. That dude's like 230 right now, 250. I'd have to. Yeah, it'd be very hard for me. He's also like 6 foot something.
Yeah.
I'm 5'7" on a good day.
Yeah.
So
5'8" with boots.
Yeah, barely. But yeah, some people like I said, those people that were doing it back then and are still doing it, and they didn't have really that lapse of time that I did. And it also eats at you because I don't know if it's happened to you, but it's like you're doing something for a certain period of time. You stop doing it. You're thinking, if I would have kept going, how much better would I be now?
All the time.
I think, again, thinking about it now, like if I wouldn't stop for 6 whole years, where would I be now? And how big, whatever. All that starts to eat at you,
Yeah, bro.
Again, one of those reasons why I went all the way through this time. Because that what if, it just kills you, you know what I mean?
That's where I'm at now with the podcast thing. Like I was telling you earlier, you asked, wasn't I do this before, in the past? And I'm like, yeah, but could you imagine those 10 years if I would have stayed consistent? Where could we have been at?
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. So now it's like, I'm not stopping now. It's a consistent growth now.
Because you see all those podcasts like a Theo Vaughn or Chris D'Elia, people that used to do. I know Chris D'Elia does podcasts a lot by himself. He has
he does.
He just sits there and talks bullshit by himself, But it's like because he kept going.
He stayed consistent.
I mean,
yeah.
But it's one of those things you just have to do it.
Now we're playing catch up.
And again, you get to sit back into the day 2, day 3,
yeah,
week 3,
yeah.
whatever. Doing that consistently that's where it gets tough.
Yeah, man. Especially because we're living life. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Obviously, you've learned to implement your meal prepping and stuff around your family, and you've been accepted. And I feel like that's where I'm at now too. But it's still tough.
Yeah.
You know, it's still life, bro. You still got to deal with shit outside of what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know.
Especially like those days where you just have a hard day at work. You know?
Yeah.
You want to just not have to worry about eating the food. You want to just pick up a pizza on the way home and eat it with the family.
What's your favorite kind of pizza?
I started to really, of course, while I'm dieting, watch all those videos of pizza. Dave Portnoy's fucking
His pizza reviews, bruh.
So you got
I tried one of his pizza reviews, man.
Did you?
We went to Chicago and I tried I'm just gonna forget, but I tried one of the pizzas out there and
you scored it pretty high.
Oh, brother, I scored it pretty high.
Yeah, so just watching all those, so it got me. It turned me into, because obviously before it was just like a combination pizza or a pepperoni pizza, but now because just watching the videos, like, oh, I want to just get a cheese pizza, or like a margarita pizza. Just being all fucking fancy about it. But what's funny too, like this place here in town, Tommy's Pizza.
Tommy's Pizza, Imbibe.
So
yes,
same thing for Presley's birthday. My first time having pizza again, I said, the first time I have pizza again is going to be Tommy's. We did her birthday party at my mom's on a Sunday.
What's your favorite pizza there?
I've only had one months ago.
Margarita?
I didn't get to have that one. I want to, but because it was for Haley and Presley and me. I bought a pepperoni.
Still super.
But this is but when I went and I got it, I took it home. So that was my mistake. I should have eaten it there. Because it's like a 15-minute drive at least.
Yeah.
So it's just not the same.
No.
You know what I mean? But again, this when we had pizza, I was like, I'm gonna have it finally. It was on a Sunday. They're closed on Sundays.
There.
So that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So I was disappointed. We had pizza, but whatever. It was just whatever.
They have it, I think, Wednesday through Thursday or Wednesday through Friday or Saturday. Yeah. My favorite one, it's crap, honestly. Right now that you're dieting, it's crap. But the margarita one, it's crap. Yeah. It's super good. It's super fucking good. That was super good. And then I've tried all of them except for one of them. All of them are delicious. I tried it's the white sauce one that they have. I wasn't really a big fan, but all the other ones are smacking.
Yeah, so
it's my favorite pizza.
Maybe in a few months I'll be able to have that.
Yeah, bro.
But I want to be able to go there and take Haley and we have it there, because that was the plan. But I feel like now, if I have an off-plan meal, it's just gonna set me back. It probably won't in reality. Mentally, it's gonna set me back.
Mentally, it will.
So, if I have anything, which I haven't had in a while, it'll probably be sushi. And I do sushi, and I try to keep it. I don't do any sauce or anything like that. Just plain basic sushi.
Raw.
Yeah. But that's as crazy as I'm getting. You know what I mean? I remember I had, for post show, I was really looking forward to protein cookies, which is not even a big thing.
No, but they're good though.
That's what I had in my head of, that's my treat, is a protein cookie. Which the year prior, it was a cookie, but it was not a protein cookie. You're talking about cookies that are 1,000 calories each.
Yeah.
Terrible. But
that Invite place, I think, has protein cookies.
Yeah, but again, everything just changed. This, because I want to, again, if I'm gonna do this, I want to make sure I'm doing it.
Yeah.
If come next year, if I don't reach the goals that I want to reach, it'll probably lead me to decide, okay, competitively, I'm not gonna do this anymore. I'm not gonna put my body through that. I'm not gonna put my family through that, because it's on ourselves. It's super stressful to do it, and it's hard mentally to do it, but it's a choice. So we deal with that.
Yeah.
But your family has to, deal with it as well.
Yeah.
They have to deal with you kind of being a shell of yourself sometimes, especially when you get deep into the contest prep, because you just don't have it in you. You know what I mean? To have the energy to laugh sometimes. Yeah. You know what I mean? So your family deals with that. So again, Haley, I can't do this without her.
Yeah.
Not because she cooks my food, not because she does whatever, but because she understands now, and she gave me that grace to be that shell of myself. You know what I mean? Which was because you can see that from like myself, I can see it happening, but I'm just so tired that I can't really like it's fine. But now being where I'm at now, it's like fuck, man, I'm lucky.
Yeah.
I get to do this. And again, you could do this on your own if you wanted to. Many people do it. But having somebody there to really help you, it just makes it so much better. So much better.
You think for your following show you're gonna get a coach, or are you still gonna try to do it on your own?
Again, that ego of me wants me to say, no, you can do it on your own. Do it on your own. But the smart thing to do is for me to get a coach.
Yeah.
That's the thing to do. Because again, I'm going to try to do too much. I'm going to drive myself into the ground probably, and it's not going to turn out well.
Yeah.
So the thing that, especially with the clients that I have now, I need to be able to focus on them and not focus on myself. To kind of leave that to somebody else. So more than likely, I will get a coach if I let myself. Because again, it's like every time is going to be different because your body's going to change. So from last year to this year coming up, that challenge of figuring it out is kind of what I like, what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's not the smart thing to do.
Right.
I need to let go of that. But again, it's just
The ego in me.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I do know a couple of people that I'd like to use as a coach. But I think, because I have about 11 weeks left of this phase that I'm on to try to put on the size. And after that, again, I'll go into a health phase and I'll try to, make sure I'm healthy before I start the diet for a contest. When I'm in that phase of, making sure I'm okay, that's when I'll decide. I'll talk to Haley and I'll see what I should do.
Yeah.
But even when I was prepping for the show, like we talked about Eric Martinez, who just passed, I was here or there. I'll reach out to him because I've known him for years.
Mm-hmm.
I would reach out to him and I would send him pictures of myself, and he would give me some feedback. I did that every 6 weeks for a little while, so that helped. And again, I was still coaching myself, but having that that extra set of eyes kind of helps keep you in check a little bit.
Yeah.
I had him, and I had another my coach last year. His name was Eric Frapwell. He coached me for the same show I was doing.
What's his
year.
Instagram?
Something
Frap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I follow him. I think he's my buddy Gio introduced me to him.
He's one of the owners of Collective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to get him on the podcast actually.
Oh really?
Yeah, Gio told me to reach out because he's super cool dude, super chill dude. But I'm just like we'll wait. We'll give it a minute. But that's dope. Yeah, that's cool. Man. Small world.
Eric, I've known him when I started. As soon as I started thinking of bodybuilding, I got connected with Eric.
Yeah.
He coached me in 2013. He was my coach. 2014. He was my coach. Surprise, we didn't do the show. Again, one of those shows that I fucking pulled out of. Yeah. Nothing to do with him. I just, I picked out an excuse and I ran with that and I said, I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? And he was my coach. Once I got back into it, I got myself into pretty good shape. And of course, I'm going to Collective and I see him all the time. I talk to him. He takes me on as a client again. And when I got with him, it was just about, okay, getting in better shape, but now under his guidance.
Right.
Because he's super knowledgeable, super cool dude. He actually is who helped Eric Martinez turn pro back in 2015, I think is when he turned pro.
Yeah.
So he was his coach. So obviously he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So we worked together. We're going to do the same show that I just did, which is the California State Championships down south. We got out to about 5 weeks out, I believe, 5 or 6 weeks out. And I remember, like when I talk about stress to your body and pushing too hard, your body fights back. I remember I remember within 2 to 3 days, I put on 10 pounds. Not because I ate more food, not because I cheated on my diet. My body was so stressed out that it started to fight me. And I put on about 10 pounds. Um, and I was so, because prior to dieting for the show, we were already dieting. So I'd been in a caloric deficit for a long time. So that was one of the reasons why I think my body it just wasn't responding anymore to whatever we were doing. So I decided, not to do that show.
After the 10 pounds were gained,
Yeah,
5 weeks out.
yeah, it was just too much. Mentally, because you think, I've been dieting.
You felt defeated.
Yeah, exactly. I've been dieting this long. I didn't cheat on my diet. I didn't do nothing wrong, and this is happening. And it's just, I can't do this anymore.
Wow.
Again, there's people that probably have a much, stronger mindset than I have that could have kept going. But I just didn't have it at the time.
Do you think this time, if that would have happened to you, I mean, obviously you dealt with your sciatica. Oh, it did happen?
It did happen.
This last time?
Yep. It didn't happen as bad as the 10 pounds, but it started to happen going in that trajectory. But again, a good coach knows what to do. Knows when to push and pull. I was able to kind of, it did set me back 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Literally, it was 2 weeks of progress that it set me back. I was able to reel it back in and fix it to where, okay, I'm back on track again. So yeah, it happened again. But this time around, I didn't, mentally it was a little stronger because I said, this happened to me already.
Yeah.
But instead of trying to figure it out and fixing it, I ran and I quit.
Right.
Not this time. And again, it had nothing to do with Eric. We would have fixed it.
Yeah.
But just me, I didn't have it in me mentally to keep going.
Bro, that's crazy.
So again, you go through these things, and it was 2 options: keep going or stop. Like we said, having to start over again, it's the hardest fucking thing.
Yeah. I mean, this time Haley didn't let you quit either. You said.
Yeah, she said, "You better not fucking quit. You're not doing that. No."
Oh man.
And it was funny. I joked to her about it too. I don't think I can do this anymore. She just gives me that look. But yeah, luckily I was able to, like I said, reel it back in and keep going. Could I have been better? 100%. But for doing that show on my own, my first show, I was happy. Especially, like I said, once I got up there and I saw it and I got to see those pictures next to those guys that have coaches, that have the size, and I wasn't, just a bum up there. That's when I thought I should have won this show. Again, that ego fucking kicks in, and I think I should have won the show.
Do you think height plays a factor? This is another dumb question. Do you think height plays a factor in those shows?
What does play a factor is those people are in certain teams. So there's big teams out there that might know some judges, and from what people that I've spoken to, if you're part of a team, a big popular team of
bodybuilders.
Yeah,
I didn't even know there was teams and shit. That's crazy.
There's more of they know you. So it's easier
that
for
extra.
Yeah, it's just
that's bullshit.
Yeah. So again, looking at those pictures, that's either way you look at it, whether you win a show or you get your ass kicked like I did. You can look at it two ways. You're either so motivated because you won and you want to be better, so you work harder, or you get your ass kicked and you don't want that shit to happen again. So same thing, you work harder.
Right.
Which is how I'm doing it. So either way, you get that that motivation to want to do it. But again, that motivation isn't there all the time.
Right.
It's once you built yourself to, okay, this is what I do, this is the lifestyle. Whether the motivation's there or not, you just do it.
Yeah.
Day in, day out. Days get hard for sure. Like days that it's funny to complain. Oh, I'm too full. I'm eating too much food. That's the fucking thing to complain
right
about.
now. What does a typical day look like for you?
For me, like I'll wake up at 5:30. So one of the things before I get into that, my job right now is tailor-made for me to do this. I work in an office, and I'm the manager of a company. So again, I'm in an office, and I could do every 2.5 hours, I put my food in the microwave and I eat, and I'm good.
Yeah.
I put I don't have to bust my ass outside at a field like I used to, or driving a truck. So the job is tailor made for me. So I get to wake up 5:30 in the morning, have breakfast, go to work. At work I have 3 meals. So by 2 o'clock I have 4 meals in. Then 4 o'clock I have another meal. I go train, come back around 8. That's my last meal of the day. So super easy day compared to what other people do. Have to get up at 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, and I've done this. Okay, I have done that.
Yeah.
So that's why I know that I've got it way too fucking easy right now. So to complain about eating too much food, or man, today I had to get up at 5. I can't complain.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, that's really a typical day right now. It's just that's where my day starts around 5:30, and it ends around. I probably try to get in bed on a good day around 9:30. But with kids, that doesn't happen.
It does always happen. Yeah.
So usually around 10:30, I'm in bed. So which isn't bad.
That's not too bad.
But and again, this year, this coming year, I'm hoping to do that same show, but just have a different outcome. So what I want to do though, so you have to do a national show, you have to qualify for it, which you have to win top 2 in your class to qualify for a show like that, which would be USA's in Vegas, which that just happened in July. So my goal is to qualify at a show, hopefully that same show that I lost this year, do that show, and then go do USA's in Vegas and win my pro card there. That'll be the goal.
Oh yeah.
Depending on how that goes, if I even come close to that, would tell me, okay, I can do this, or I need to just shut it down and not be competitive anymore. So that's why I don't let myself fall off right now. I need to just do it.
Yeah. See the bigger picture of it.
Yeah, exactly. Because again, it's just next year. It's not
a long time.
But a lot of things can happen in that time.
I don't think like that though.
You never know. That's why making sure that I'm healthy.
Yeah.
Is one of the biggest things.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah. Because I can look a certain way, but inside, things could be off.
Yeah.
So every 3 months, I try to get my blood work done to make sure everything's okay. And even that doesn't tell the full picture sometimes, but
right.
I'm doing what I can to keep everything super moderate as far as in the gym and all the extra stuff that comes with this. You just never know. Like we talked about Eric, he had underlying issues, dealing with the accident that he had. So it's just unfortunate. Like I said, I was reaching out to him here and there, and he would give me feedback. And then to see, that he passed, it was a big hit to the community for sure. The bodybuilding community, and then here in town, because a lot of people obviously you knew him.
Yeah.
So it was a big hit. So it just when something like that happens, it really kind of makes you take a step back. And he was what 35.
Yeah, he was young.
So again, something like that happens, it makes you take a step back and realize, okay, I gotta make sure I'm doing this right.
Yeah.
He had a daughter. I've got my Presley, so I need to make sure I'm okay.
Yeah.
And again, if it's not worth it for me to do it, I'm not gonna do it. I can still be at the gym. I can still do what I do, but that to be competitive and the stuff that comes with being competitive, that's gonna go away. For sure.
Yeah. I appreciate you, man. We're at about an hour and 10 minutes. Time flies, huh?
Yeah, I'm having fun, dude.
Usually I like to keep them under an hour and 20. Technically an hour, but obviously I haven't seen you in a long time, so we can say an hour and 20. So what's you're in the off season. Obviously you're gonna do your little, what's to come and stuff. But even now, like you still don't want to take it lightly. Like you still want to go be strict as you can be.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's good. Now, I don't even want to bring up the past and say, well, would you do things differently? Because obviously you probably would do things differently. But
yeah, I mean, in hindsight, yeah, there's a lot of things I would have done differently.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have taken 6 years off, that's for sure. You know what I mean?
6 years. 6 years is a long time. I mean, well, it is and it isn't, right? But in the bodybuilding community, in sports in general, it's a very long time for you to even will yourself back.
What's funny though, like in bodybuilding, usually when you're older, your body really matures, and mid-30s, late 30s, you're in your
Peak.
your prime. You know what I mean? Physically,
Wow.
which is the interesting part because
Yeah.
it's usually the other way around. The older you get, the
it's like closer to retirement for like NFL athletes, NBA athletes, and stuff.
So we'll see. Again, as long as like physically you can look one way, you can look amazing, but it's what's inside that
counts.
If you don't keep that healthy, that can really shut you down for good. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's.
Do you ever compare blood samples? Like, you know how you said you get your blood taken, you see your results, and that's what you base off.
For sure.
Like for the last, you said you get every 3 months, right? So do you ever compare those?
So yeah, because like the next set of bloods that I'm gonna do, I'm really looking forward to those because some of the things that I'm adding, to help my health, I want to see that it works. Which with one of my friends, he's not a client of mine, but he works with me. I got him using some stuff. It's called retatrutide. I'm sure you've heard about it. It's a peptide.
Okay.
It's if you heard of tirzepatide and those.
Yeah.
This specific one is fairly new, but it's very good. And what's good, not only for weight loss, but what it does to your cholesterol, to your insulin sensitivity, those health benefits is what was really intrigued about. Because when you think, because it helps you when you're dieting. If you can diet and not be hungry, that's what you want. Because when you're dieting, you're starving.
Oh yeah.
I mean, all you're thinking about is food. That is supposed to help to where it really quiets the food noise in your head. Makes it to where you're not as hungry all the time because it slows down the digestion. So it makes the amount of time the food is in your stomach, it prolongs that. So the longer it's in your stomach, the less you're thinking, okay, I'm hungry.
Right.
Okay, so you get to that 2-3 hour mark before you start to get hungry again. So things like that. But again, what intrigued me was the health benefits of your triglycerides, your cholesterol. And I had him use it. He had been using it for about 6 weeks now. He went and got his blood work done, and his triglycerides were cut in half. His cholesterol was cut in half. Everything got so much better, and we attributed that not only because his diet got better, which is definitely a contributing factor.
Right.
That's that peptide in specific is what really helped fix that, and I've been using that too. So that's what I'm looking forward to in this next round, is seeing the benefits of that. Because again, I want to make sure not only that I look okay, but that internally everything looks good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So again, and with everything that bodybuilding is super extreme. So you want to always do the minimum.
Yeah.
The minimum of everything you can. Get the most out of the least. Which is what I preach to my clients. You know what I mean? To the people that I help. Because I always start super low with everything. With food, I never want to pull too much food right away. It's just, again, that's when a coach comes in. It's not just setting up a plan, but knowing how and when to adjust.
Yeah, that's where a coach comes in.
If at all.
That's where a coach comes in. Let's keep that advice, huh?
Yeah, so right now, the people that I have, whatever.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, so right now, the people that I have that I'm helping, they're all doing really good. Which, it feels good. That I didn't get into this thinking, I want to be a coach. I want to help these people. It just kind of started happening.
Yeah.
Just because my main client his name is Juan. We've been together for over a year and a half now. And he asked me for help. So sure, I'll help you. So we just stuck together, and then the progress that he's made, people see that and then start asking questions, and then of course he'll tell them, this is who did it or who helped me, because I didn't do it. Who helped me, and so it's just word of mouth.
Yeah.
So again, I wasn't going out there trying, looking for people. They just happened, luckily, which is cool, because people see that I know what I'm doing.
Are you in the gym with them at the same time, or like how? Because obviously you got to get your sets in and your work in.
Sometimes I have it, especially with Juan. I've gotten some sessions as he, like tomorrow, for example, we're gonna be at the gym and then we're gonna go through posing.
Okay.
Things like that. But like with clients, I tell them, I can go in there with you, and run you through a training session so you can see how I want you doing things. You get a better idea of certain movements and stuff like that. One of my other clients, he's a really good friend of mine. He owns Rev Nutrition.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But he's franchised, so he's not really with the other ones here in town. He's off on the east side.
Okay.
So him and I've been friends for years, about 10 years now. He started working with me, and with him, he's actually now pretty much my training partner. Because he goes to the gym when I go, and the progress that he's made in the short time that we've been together, it's crazy. Because he used to be, super big, real in good shape, but life happens.
Obviously,
life happens. Yeah. But he's trying again, and he's doing really good. So with him, we're in the gym together pretty much every day. But with everybody else, I'll either make their training plan and I'll send it to them, and I'll ask for training clips, and I'll give certain cues or tips,
pointers and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another dumbass question: how tiring is posing? And have you ever pulled a nasty cramp while posing?
Luckily, no cramps, but yeah.
Because I've seen those videos when people are posing and then they just pass out.
Oh yeah,
I've seen those gnarly.
Yeah, because you gotta think, man. You're squeezing every muscle in your body.
Exactly, to pop them out.
Not just once, especially when they run you through rounds. When you as a bodybuilder, you gotta practice, of course.
Yeah.
So running yourself through rounds in the morning, first thing when you wake up, you're hungry, you're tired, you're doing that. It's hard.
Yeah.
You'll start sweating within 2 or 3 minutes. Because again, you're squeezing every muscle in your body. That's what you gotta do. Because and it's literally what you get on stage to do is to pose.
Right.
A lot of people don't
pose.
They just think it's just the training, the dieting, and then I'm gonna get on stage. But once you get on stage and you start to pose, it's a whole different ballgame.
Because I'm gonna be honest. Obviously, when we were younger, I'd see going to the body exchange, especially I'd see people posing and stuff, and I would always be intrigued. But I'd be like, man, for what? I'm like, and then now obviously as you gotten older and obviously more mature and stuff, you're like, damn, like that's real tough work. Like you really got to put in effort. Like you said, you got to squeeze every muscle in your body to be able to show it off because you're showing your body off, right? All your hard work and stuff.
And another thing too is like you're in the gym training hard, and then you put on a fucking underwear or G-string, and you get on stage.
Yeah,
it's weird. Yeah. I wish we didn't have to do that part, but I guess it's just part of it.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. You know what you're getting yourself into, bro.
And funny story too. We're both athletes. We play sports in school.
Okay, yeah. We'll say that.
And we all have our numbers, right?
Right.
Our jersey numbers.
Right.
This is my number. It's funny because for me, number 12
was it 12? Okay. Yeah.
For me, number 12 was my number. So I check in that show on Friday, and they give because you have to have your number on. You put it on your trunks. Sure enough, dude, number 12. I was like, no way. So it's
like a full circle moment right
there,
there, bro.
It's just one of those things, it just makes you smile. Because
I know it does.
Meant a lot to me. That's what all through high school. That's what the number that I wore. And to get number 12 is like, huh.
And you're doing something totally different from we were doing when you were younger.
You just look at it, you're like, huh.
Sick as fuck. That's pretty dope.
It's funny that like now I have that third place medal and my trunks, and then that pin, the number 12. Haley put it right next to my treadmill. I don't know if she did it on purpose or not. But it's like it's right there, to see every time I need to get on that fucking treadmill.
Yeah, That's cool, bro.
Another bit of motivation right there.
For being your first show and getting third place, it's not bad at all, man. It's obviously you would want first, but I mean, you placed. You know, a lot of people have probably done 2, 3, 4 shows, probably haven't placed.
What's funny about that is only 3 people in that class. So I got third place.
Oh. You should have told me that before I went on a whole spiel.
No. Which, again, is one of those things. It's like, fuck, dude. Third place. That's why I tell people I got third place. Oh, cool. No. There's only 3 of us there. So I got last fucking
That's
place.
so funny because when I used to wrestle, I got second place and there was only 3 of us there. So in that division, so hey, but you still got a medal.
I won't shy away from that. I'll tell you, I got third place out of 3 people.
Yeah,
I'm not fucking happy about that. Yeah. Especially because I thought I should have won.
Yeah, I mean? Never mind, bro.
So again, there's another fucking pill for me of motivation that I get to see every morning. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe that's why she put it up there. Maybe that's instead of the other way around, huh?
Yeah, dude. So it's been interesting how life has gone for me lately. You know, this last year, 2 years. But I'm definitely happy with what I'm doing. You know,
good.
I have a good job. My family. You know, I'm doing what I want to do. So, you know, not a lot of people can say that. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, and it's cool still having a lot of the friends that I had in high school. You know, some of us I still, you know, we don't see each other obviously, but still sending stupid memes to each other.
Yeah,
we don't have to say anything.
You're right. It's just the meme.
You just send that. You know,
you like it and then send another one back.
That's it, dude. That's but we keep that going. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So that's what's cool because we all understand. You know, we all are doing our lives.
Yeah. Like I'm telling you, man, after not really, obviously you leaving social media for a bit or not posting as much, and to seeing where you know popping out of the water like a Greek god, and you know showing up and showing out, man, I'm really happy that you're doing that for yourself as well. You know, now knowing the backstory, I'm even happier for you. For sure.
So like I said, I got those plans for next year. I hope to be able to see them to fruition, but if I don't, you know,
you can't think like that though.
It is what it is.
Nah, you can't think like that though. As with the guy with an ego, you can't think like that. Yeah, I feel like if this is your make or break year, you have to go into it with nothing but positive attitude, because it's your make or break year. You know what I mean? Like if you knew for sure you're gonna do one more show, then all right, cool, slack off again.
It definitely won't happen because of me, you know, because I'm not doing something. It's gotta be something else outside of my control, that'll keep me from doing it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but that's what I mean.
All right, my bad then. Strike 2 on my end. I gotta shut the hell up.
But no, dude, you know, when you reached out, I was like, you know, I'm not that interesting. I don't have much to talk about.
And now we're in 23 minutes in, and you don't have much to talk about. You know what I mean? Is this your first podcast?
Oh yeah, it's probably the last one too. But it's cool, you know.
Get the fuck out of here! I want to have you here in 6 months, bro. When it gets closer to your show, that'd be cool as fuck. Obviously, if you can tolerate me and around that time, you know, as long as you're good and you're everything's falling into place.
I need to try to get my face won't be as fat as it is right now, but it'll be fine.
Hopefully, mine isn't either by then.
So what are you gonna try to? You trying? Is there a certain weight you're trying to get to?
Yeah, right now I'm trying to get to my high school weight, which was 240 to 220, 240. So that's where I lingered in. So that's my first goal. Which by the time I get to 230, that'd be 100 pounds down, which would be pretty fucking dope. And then after that, let's see where it goes.
I'll slap some trunks on you too. I'll put you on stage.
Nah, hell no.
That's funny because that's what my client now, Juan, that's doing the show. Same thing I told him. You know, just watch. One day you're gonna let me put some trunks on you. He's like, fuck that, dude.
Yeah, fuck that.
Sure enough, he's got his trunks on at the gym every other day, posing.
Wow.
Getting 6 weeks out from his first show.
Come on, Juan.
So
come on, bro. Who knows? You know what I would want to ultimately get into is not bodybuilding, but weightlifting. Doing some powerlifting and stuff like that. I think that would really interest me. I was going to Nas for a long time ago for like a good year consistent, and then I quit. You know what I mean? And it's just, I'm being honest. You know, it'd be a liar if I told you, oh, you know, life got in the way. Nah, I quit. And so when I was going with Eric Gonzalez, is his last name. I was going with Eric Gonzalez after high school for quite some time. I think I got to benching 3 plates, and I was lifting really nicely. My diet wasn't the best at all, like at all. But then I quit. So I've quit many times, but this time I won't quit. So whether or not I power lift, we'll see. That's to be determined. But as far as like getting back in shape and getting healthy, that's for sure. Like when I go up in weight, like you said, like you're like, oh fuck, man, I gained 10 pounds. When I see my weight fluctuate like that, I'm just like, what the fuck? But old me would have been like, fuck it. But new me is like, nah, let's go. Let's get to work. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah, that's the thing. So, you gotta just set those non-negotiables every day. These are the things that I do, no matter what. You know, it could be something as little as making sure I drink, a gallon of water.
Yeah, exactly.
Little things.
Which I need to get better at too, to be honest with you. I think that's where I lack the most but I eat my chicken and rice every day, chicken and broccoli every day. Literally, bro, like if I ever get you in contact with Gio in any way, shape, or form, he can attest to it. I work when they're eating pizza, when they're ordering fast food, when they're eating even flame broiler. They're eating flame broiler. I'm just I can't do it. I take my chicken and fucking rice every fucking day.
And that's the thing too. Like with my clients, they're strict throughout. Monday through Sunday, they're strict.
Yeah.
But once a week, they get a free meal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whatever they want to eat, it's mainly a family thing.
Yeah.
Something to do with your family. Something to look forward to at the end of the week.
Yeah.
To do with your family. Of course, I tell them, don't go overboard.
No, obviously.
You don't want to lose 6 days of progress in
one day, one sitting.
Exactly, one sitting.
Yeah.
Because we all can do that.
Hell yeah.
So
hell yeah.
But it's just knowing that, okay, I'm strict, but at the end of the week, I get to have this with my family.
Right.
Having that to look forward to. And then again, once that's done, back to work, and you see the progress every week, and you still get to, that
enjoy that meal
with your family.
Does that make you a little upset though?
Real
question.
It would in the past, but now I'll order a pizza for Haley. I'll order her Taco Bros. I'll order her the food.
Taco Bros is crazy.
I have no problem doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember just one time, I was 4 weeks out from the show. We went to my mom's house. They had sushi, pizza, and I forgot what else. But 2 out of my 3 favorite things to eat in the world, they had it there. That day for sure was hard for me. I was so close to the show, and having all those things there, like,
oh, bro.
But other than that, I have no problem, which is good, because it makes it a whole lot harder if you can't. But if you can't be around food sometimes and not be okay, then there's something going on. There's a problem. But so you have to be able to, put that stuff aside and realize, okay, I got this goal that I got to do. It's only for a short amount of time, whether it's 6 months or whatever. It's relatively still a short amount of time compared to whatever. So it's just, hey, I got this goal that I got to do. After that, I can have the pizza, I can have this, I can have that. Because the food's always going to be there.
Yeah, that's true.
It's always going to be there. It's not going to go anywhere. Yeah. So it's just understanding, okay, this is just for this amount of time. Once this is over, I get to have my treats, but then I got to get back to work.
Yeah.
What's next? What's the next goal? But like I said, for me right now, I got to be, super strict on myself to make sure I don't cut my off season short by getting too fat, because that'll happen. I need to maximize everything that I'm doing so that, come next year, I try to get those goals and reach them. If I don't, at least if I'm close, okay, let me try it again. Yeah. I'll do it again. All right. But if it's just a complete shutout, I have no business doing that.
Like 3rd place out of 3 again?
Yeah, exactly.
What about 2nd place?
That's better. That's better. Yeah. So, but that's my goal. And, like you said, maybe in 6 months I could be back in here.
I'd love to have you again, bro, because apparently we got a lot more to talk about. So
maybe you'll fucking have some notes next time. So
look at this, with no notes. Look how great we did.
I think I carried this podcast, dude.
You're welcome. I allowed you to, bro.
I need to switch seats with you.
Actually, that was my seat, but I gave you the king seat. You know what I'm saying?
Give me the casting couch.
What's wrong with that?
I don't know. Turn the cameras off.
Or the lights. Plug your socials if you'd like to. If you don't want to, you don't have to.
Yeah, I mean,
because I think we need to make you bigger on social media. We need to help you out with marketing or something. Maybe not to get more clients, but definitely show what you do, man.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to get more clients.
Yeah, that too.
Like I said, I didn't start this thinking, I want to. This is what I'm gonna do. But it's like, hey, if I'm good at this and people are actually getting results and people, want to give me a chance or an opportunity to help them, then I'd like to do that. You know what I mean?
Bigger picture,
Yeah. So extra money is not bad. So
healthier people isn't bad.
Yeah. And I like doing it. Even I was almost late here because I was working on a couple plans for my clients, and I just kind of, I didn't pay attention.
I would have forgave you.
I hope so.
I would have, of course.
Yeah. I mean, if you follow me, it's Andy Cordova 12, of course 12. On Instagram. I mean, if anybody needs help, even if it's just questions, I always answer questions.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, if you see me at the gym, say hi. I have that.
What gym do you go to?
I go to Elevate.
That new one?
That new one.
Everybody's going there, bro.
The reason I started...
I got invited to go to that one, too.
One of the reasons why I really wanted to go there is because it's the old 24-hour fitness. And that nostalgia of that gym.
You used to work at a 24?
I worked at 24-hour fitness on Gosford.
Look at that. Bro, these things are coming back, bro.
Yeah, so I worked at the one on Gosford. But I trained a lot at the one on Rosedale, too. So that's where Elevate is.
Yeah.
And just that's one of the reasons why I wanted to go. Obviously, it's a super dope gym.
Yeah.
A lot of equipment. But I go there and I go to a collective. Frapple's gym. Yeah, that's where I train. So.
And then any last thing that you want to tell people that either want to get into your line of work or that just want to get in shape and get healthy?
No, when it comes to getting in shape and being healthy, understanding that it can't be a 2-month thing, a 3-month thing. You have to make this, it doesn't have to be extreme, but it is a lifestyle. It's understanding that this is what you have to do to just be healthy. Again, you don't have to do extremes as some of us do, but say 80-20 kind of lifestyle. Most of the time you're sticking to your meals at work, whatever. You don't go crazy, not drinking too much. Of course, you can enjoy a drink here, whatever. Having that balance is what helps you stick to a plan. But understanding that this has to be a lifestyle, not just a 3-month diet. You know what I mean? Because again, what you do in those 3 months, you'll lose it in less than a week, 2 days. So that's one of the biggest things. Just understanding that it has to be a lifestyle change, not a diet. It's a plan. It's a lifestyle. That'd be one of the biggest things that I try to get people to understand. Switch that mindset from I'm dieting to this is what I do. This is the lifestyle.
Yeah,
that's what helps. Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, thank you guys for watching another episode of the Unmasked Podcast. Don't forget to like, share, and follow. And then, of course, follow my boy Andy. And if you guys have any questions, just send him a DM, and I'll put his description his thing on the description below.
You 5 people that watch this one in specific, let me know.
Come on, bro. We got a little bit more than 5.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Unmasked Podcast.